Hi, this is Judy from Fox Cities Quilt Company, and this is Sunday from the Sewing Room, where we give you tips, tricks, and a few tutorials to help you with your sewing and quilting projects. If you like our videos, please hit that subscribe button below. Today, I'm not going to give you a demonstration, but I'm going to give you a product review on a new product that I got. Well, I shouldn't say it's a new product. It's an old product with a new twist. So what I am showing you today is the Oliso iron, and this is the Tula Pink version. It's really, really a lot of fun. This is the box, and I'm going to talk to you about the box first. I will also tell you that I've had Oliso irons before, and I haven't been successful with them. I've had leaks, but I now know how to fix those because I talked to somebody at Oliso who told me what I was doing wrong. But let's get started with what I have here. So again, this is the Oliso iron from Tula Pink. I met Tula at H&H in Chicago this week, actually a few days ago. She was kind and beautiful and tall. And I took a picture with her and she said she looked great and I should post that everywhere. Well, the truth is she did look really great, but I didn't post it everywhere. But the iron itself is fantastic, and I want to talk first about the packaging. So first of all, you're going to get this really, really cute box. And you see it has Tula Pink logo on it. Fish, it's super, super cute. What I love is several things. On the bottom, it tells me where to register my Oliso iron. So you can see everything right there. I think that it's great that it's right on the box, easy to find. And then the other thing that they give you also is all of their phone numbers. Whether you're in the US or Canada, and by the way, they speak French. And then my most favorite thing on the bottom of this box is not just the for household use, but it says, this is an iron, not a submarine or boat. Do not submerge it in water, which I found absolutely hilarious. I hope that you can read that. So again, this is an iron, not a submarine or a boat. Do not submerge in water. So when I opened up the Oliso box, it also says, and this is super cute, please do not feed the fish. So, and then in the box, of course, was the iron, as well as, it was packed really, really nicely, as well as a little cup for your water reservoir. Good packaging. And also what I really love too is it does have a manual. So many times that you find things that will say, go online and read their manual, which I hate. So this manual on the model of my iron it's the Tula Pink brand, Oliso brand for Tula Pink, and it is the model TG1600 Pro Plus, which is quite the mouthful. All right, so that is what is in the box. So I absolutely loved the box. And I know, I mean, I'm like a child. How excited do I get about the box? So I took the iron out of the box, which was really, really well packed. And I can tell you that it has an enormous amount of cord. I mean, this has got to be a 10-foot cord, which is really fantastic, especially if you have a big board on top of your ironing board. So, because I'm a quilter, I have a huge board that Tim made me, which is on top of my ironing board. So then what it also has, of course, is the iron. I love the color. I love the two colors together of the teal and the pink. It is so darn cute. And then on the bottom, you will see this is from her fabric line. I believe this is called Fairy Dust. Also on the bottom is your regular, it says, please do not feed the fish. And it has a diamond ceramic plated sole plate. And then of course it has the iTouch, which I will plug in a second and show you. And then on the back is the Tula logo, and then it also has all of your controls on top. So it has control settings all the way from cotton, which is where I would keep it, all the way down to a minimum right there. And then if we turn it up just a hair, it goes to a synthetic. So there are many, many settings. Also, it has your setting for your steam. I have it so that it is no steam. And then of course you can just keep clicking it all the way up to the most steam. It also has, this button is for a shot of steam. And then this other button is for a shot of water. I would assume that that's more for garments. But again, I'm a quilter, so I'm probably not going to use that. And then here is the little hole where the water comes out of. So let me get this plugged in and I'm going to show you how this works. Okay, before I plug it in, and this is one of the things that I learned from the people at Oliso, is don't turn on your steam on your iron until you need it. So if you're going to use steam, this is your water reservoir right here. And also never fill it up past the max fill line. If you do that, the water really has nowhere to go except to leak out of your sole plate. So don't be doing that. And then the other thing is do not use distilled water on this iron. You're just going to want to use bottled water or spring water, not distilled water. So I do not steam. So this iron has never had water in it. I don't like steam. Some people swear by steam. I don't particularly like steam, but let me get this plugged in down here so you can see how this works. And on the top, you will see that the light is flashing. Let me see if I can see this. I'm going to be fumbling around, I'm sure. So the light is flashing on the top of the iron. It's flashing green just to indicate that it is plugged in. And then you should always wait for your iron to get to the heat level that you want. And when it does, that flashing light will turn a solid green. In the meantime, I'm going to talk to you about how this iron is sitting. This iron is sitting flat because it has that iTouch technology, meaning when I touch this on the top, the iron will just go down. Let me move my camera out just a hair so you can see that. I'm kind of waiting until that happens, but you can see that the iron is up here. And if I were to touch this, then the iron would go down. So, and then there is always the option of putting it straight up, just like your regular iron should you want to. So the choice is completely up to you. Now this is going to take just a minute or two to get heated up. But I wanted to kind of show you what we have going on here. And actually that just turned solid green light. And so now it is ready to go. Okay, so I wanted to be able to show you the iTouch feature. I'm going to back this up. And all I have to do is rest my hand on top of this iron and it just automatically goes down, and I take my hand off the top and it goes back up. And there is plenty of room underneath there to get several layers of fabric. But again, all you have to do is put your hand on the top to put it down and then lift your hand to go up. The only problem with that is that when you go to, I don't know, a quilt shop and take a class, they probably don't have these irons on their ironing boards for you to use. So you might, if you get used to this, you might forget. So you do have the option of putting it up. And I wanted to show you what happens with the sole plate and the feet when you do put that down. So here it is. If you put your hand on top, you can see those little feet go down and the one on the bottom. And let me show you what happens when your feet when it goes back up. So that is kind of the fun part of this iron. So it is so pretty, it makes you kind of want to do your quilting and pressing. So the other thing that I wanted to tell you also is that if you are a person who steams, when you are done, go ahead and unplug your iron and don't leave your water sitting in your reservoir. Even if you think you're going to come back in about 12 hours, it's just not a good idea to do. So go ahead and you're going to go and dump out that reservoir, and there's a nice spigot for you to do that. And then bring it back and go ahead and plug it in again, or in the bathroom or wherever it is that you are, and put a towel underneath. And then at the end, just give it that one last shot of steam. And what that will do is it will take the remainder of the water out of the tank, out of the sole plate, and then when you add more water in, you don't have water already sitting in your steam holes. And that will help prevent your iron from leaking. So the last thing that I wanted to talk to you about regarding the Oliso iron, the Tula Pink Oliso iron, is if you don't steam, does the iron get really, really hot? Because that's a huge concern to me also. And the iron I had before this was a chai iron, and I love that iron because, I mean, it got nuclear hot. And so I wanted to see if this one just got just as warm, and it really, really does. The other thing that I really like about this iron is I felt it had a nicer sole plate than my previous iron. I use a lot of starch, and the starch does not seem to bother this sole plate whatsoever. And I have tried my best to brown this sole plate to see if my theory worked, and I could not brown it. So I was very, very happy about that. So I am recommending the Oliso iron, the Tula Pink Oliso iron. It gets great hot, and things are flat. And it also has an awesome sole plate. It is a little pricey, but I think that if you do the tips that I gave you about not turning on the steam until you need it, and making sure that that reservoir and that last shot of steam is taken out of there after you empty it, I think that your Oliso iron will last you lots longer than you think. This is Judy from Fox Cities Quilt Company. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.